welcome back to the WWE Trivia Team Tournament right here on the Worldwide Movie Games Network. So, guys, I have a little confession to make. Technically speaking, the match you are about to see happened, and I kind of lost the files.
You did what?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so so essentially what happened was, what's going to happen with this video is Jeremy and I are going to walk us through this match, which, by the way, was a pretty incredible match. It, something amazing happened, which again, we'll get into it a little later, but Jeremy, what are the folks at home actually missing?
They're missing a really interesting match, that's for sure, between two teams that did well in their first round, and maybe there was a clear favorite going into this one, and there were some interesting wrinkles along the way with this match. So they definitely missed some stuff. Yeah,
and again, guys, I want to be perfectly clear here. I am sorry. I am so sorry. But of course, as you're going to see here in a second, I did ask both teams if they could come on and do basically a reenactment of the match that we had. And I can't thank them enough for being awesome enough to come on and do this. And yeah, I think even though this isn't your typical WWE Trivia match, this will still be a very interesting experience and a very therapeutic one for me, because this one did make me lose some sleep for like 2 days, because I was that upset about the fact that thanks to a computer reboot where I thought I had the backup saved, but it was a faulty backup. Damn it! What can you do?
What can you do?
So, Jeremy, do you want to get this show on the road?
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna start with round one, and you're going to laugh a couple times here, just a heads up. Okay. Now, this, I'll ask the question first to Royal Flush. Why are we here again?
Because somebody fucked up. They corrupted their file.
Somebody lost a great match is what happened, Chris.
Man, one of the sickest promos ever. We went on, because, we're obviously the underdog, Smartacus was the number one seed. I think we got under their skin. I think whenever we filmed this, Super Bowl Sunday was maybe a week or so ago, and
it was about 3 days removed from the Super Bowl. Yeah, and a certain member of Smartacus is a big Patriots fan.
I kind of want to ask Jen. Jen, who won Super Bowl? I kind of forget.
Yeah, we do forget. Who was it?
I don't know. I
think the Patriots might have the ball. Maybe.
Oh boy.
Was it maybe a bird-related team who won the Super Bowl?
I have to go back and watch again.
All right. Well, now speaking of Smartacus, why are we here again? That's the real question.
Because Doman is a putz. That is why we are here again. God, this whole day.
Russian spies within our network. Yeah, so unfortunately we have to redo some things here.
Jen, I could not agree more. Thank you for that. F them.
I also want to thank Smartacus for being good for being good sports about this. I think this is going to be a very fun, entertaining match.
Yeah.
I'm hating you on the inside.
Okay.
As they have every right to. So, obviously, you guys know how round one works, and we're essentially just going to sort of redo the match and just sort of go over what happened during each question. And like I said, there's some funny stuff coming. And Jeremy, would you like to take the first question as we do our little reenactment here?
Absolutely. All right, the first question was in the category of action. What comedic actor co-starred with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in The Rundown as the character Travis?
I couldn't find the paper, so I had to rewrite my answer. But I do know that I got this one right.
Yes.
I think everyone got this one right?
Yeah, we all got this right.
Yeah.
I
Good
really
job,
nearly got
everybody.
this wrong. So obviously the answer was Sean William Scott.
Sean Scott.
But
Sean
I
William
was
Scott.
thinking right up until the last minute of this other film, which is like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen it, but it's got The Rock and Johnny Knoxville. It's called Walking Tall.
Yeah,
so it's
Walking
Johnny
Tall.
Knoxville
Yeah,
written
yeah.
for like
Yeah.
the longest time.
Right.
And then I was like, wait, hang on. It's The Rundown. That's the other one. And then I like quickly, I might have used a repeat. I'm not entirely
Yes,
sure.
you did ask for a repeat. Yep.
Yeah.
Which
So
I
I
want
got it
to make
eventually.
this perfectly clear here. There is no official repeat rule in effect, guys. I mean, if you
Yeah.
and the only reason that is because we're on internet connections. Sometimes you honestly can't hear what someone else said. So that's that's why we have a little leniency. Now, if you're doing it just to solve for time, I will refuse it. But I mean, Ed did a fair one, and it was fine. And then we went to the next question, which again I recall all four of you getting, but it was in the category of romance, and the question was, what movie released in 2000 depicts a NYC nightclub where sexy barmaids dance and serve drinks?
Yeah. Do we like Ed? Do we lose man points for knowing this answer? Or...
Wait, what was the answer? I'm not sure if I got this right.
You really knew this answer. I want to point that out for the record that they were really adamant about knowing this movie.
Wait, what was the answer?
It was Coyote. It was Coyote Ugly. I do remember that.
No, I got this wrong. I said
Yeah.
Cabaret. I got this wrong.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You did say Cabaret. Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
You're good.
I just
I
for
think-
some reason Coyote Ugly stuck in my head, and I was like, yeah, we'll throw it on here.
I think you gain man points. I don't think you lose them.
Well, to be fair, Brooklyn, you are married, so
Fair enough.
Yeah, so am I, but I'm not dead.
Ooh, whoa, easy. Dear diary, today Jess crossed a not really a not actual line.
All right, I guess we move to the next question in quotes. What Star Wars character said, "Then our worst fears have been realized. We must move quickly if the Jedi Order is to survive"?
I do remember getting this one wrong.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
I'm
I would
pretty
actually
sure I got
have
this.
to have to like end my life if I got this question wrong. This would just
No.
deny my existence if I got this question wrong.
yeah, as I say, because again, as I recall, Ed and Jen both got this one correct, and the answer was, of course, Sammy
Mace
Jackson
Windu.
as Mace Windu.
Ed
The purple saber guy.
The bad motherfucker guy.
I was down to the wire because I was going back and forth, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then our fourth question of this round was in the category of crime movies. What MCU actor plays a character impersonating a sheik in American Hustle?
Oh nope, I messed up this one.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
know.
only
I was
Jen?
very
if I'm not
impressed that I
mistaken?
got this one.
Oh
I
no, you
remember
got
using
It
it.
was
repeat,
just
like,
me.
last
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I got it because I was stuck
Oh,
between
yeah.
I was stuck between Bradley Cooper and Jeremy Renner, and I was trying to like replay the movie, and then like after you ended the second repeat, I was like, oh yeah, it's actually Michael Pena.
Yes,
I
because
got
and,
it.
as I
yeah.
say,
I only
Small role.
I only knew Bradley Cooper in this film. I've never seen this film, so and I was like, well, Bradley Cooper is Rocket Raccoon, so I don't know what he was doing in the film. It could have been that, so I said Bradley Cooper.
He was an FBI agent. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jeremy Renner was the mayor of New Jersey. And,
Yeah.
Big hair.
but, in
Yep.
but in the words of Keanu Reeves, our true Lord and Savior, he was an
Was an
FBI agent.
Ah,
Chris, we don't talk about Point Break when I'm involved.
Oh yes, we do, Ed.
Me too.
Yes, we do.
All right, guys. The next one was in comedy. Which film in the Hangover franchise has a scene where a giraffe is beheaded?
And I
And I
still,
remember
and-
you were confused on the logistics, I think.
good God, was I ever? Because how? How? I'm still,
Yeah.
I'm still asking that question. Fucking how?
Well, if you've seen Return of the
They're
King, then
driving
there's a
on
nice
the
scene
highway.
where like Eowyn decapitates
There's a highway,
the
there's an
with, like
overpass.
2 swings of the sword, so it can't be that hard to decapitate a large.
Yeah, but to be fair, her sword was sharpened as hell. So
Yeah, that would have to be a pretty sharp railing.
true.
By the way, I got
I
this
think-
one
did
right.
Everyone
No,
got it, right?
did
No,
Brooklyn get it wrong?
I didn't
Yeah.
get it. I had Hangover 2 only for the reason because I knew Hangover 2 was in Thailand. I was like, maybe there was a giraffe in Thailand and did something fucked up. It's like,
I'm not seeing
giraffes in
any of the
Thailand.
Hangover films.
Yeah, I know.
I just went on the fact that this is so ridiculous it had to be in a sequel, and then I guessed 3, and that was right. So
Yep, but everyone else got this one correct. Sorry, Brooklyn. And for this, the sixth question was in the category of comic book movies. At the beginning of Spider-Man 2, Peter has a job doing what? And I shared a very painful story about how I did this occupation for 5 years, and it, slowly killed my soul. Hence why I take enjoyment doing videos on YouTube. I'm kidding. I love doing this because I love doing it, but oh man.
Well, we all have those jobs.
True.
I think this one might have been the softball of the round one. I don't know.
yeah, this was quite an easy one. I got
Pretty
this.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yep. I guarantee I fucked this one up.
Jess, actually, I recall you picking this one up, actually.
Yeah, I think you
I think you
did.
got it.
Yeah.
Because it was like pizza
I think
delivery.
Yeah,
No,
so it
no,
was like-
because now to be fair, Jess had only said delivery, but I had accepted it because technically that is what he was doing. It was just pizza was the specific thing he was delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds plausible.
And now it comes
All
to my
right.
favorite question. Take it away, Jamie.
Oh, in the category of horror,
I
most of 2007's The Mist takes place inside what location?
I still hate the fucking ending of this movie. I still hate it.
I still love it.
I still haven't seen this film, but I do think it would be improved with my answer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
What was the
no.
actual answer?
So the answer was supermarket. Jen, Brooklyn, and Jess had all picked it up, but Ed.
So I went with I was
Show
like,
it,
what's a
Ed.
steamy
Show it, Ed.
place? What's a misty place? A
Way up.
sauna?
Oh yeah, sauna, that was so good. I forgot about the
Oh,
sauna.
it's been like a month now, and it's still funny.
That is still amazing.
There has to be a horror movie in a sauna. There has to be.
That would be good.
That's you, Chris, for losing the original sauna moment.
There couldn't be a remake of like A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, jeez. And the final question this round was in the category of directors. What was the directorial debut for J.J. Abrams? Now, let's
We
make it
all
perfectly
missed,
clear.
right?
Every single
I think
person
everyone
missed this.
right?
Yeah,
it's
that
a weird
stumped people.
I was gonna
debut,
say, this
right?
is
Because the
directors.
debut
Right
is
up in the
Mission
movie
Impossible
release
3.
date.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
this was definitely. I'll be impressed if anybody gets a perfect round in round one.
Yeah, but I think 3 of us is Super 8.
I did the
And
first match.
I fucked up with that. I said Star Trek. I know that.
Well, we all fucked up, but
Well, I mean, like Super 8 is a much better guess than Star Trek.
This is true.
Is it? Didn't Star Trek come first?
Well,
Did it? No, I
Yeah,
don't
Star.
yeah, Star
No,
Trek
it
did come
was-
first,
yeah,
2009.
Yeah,
Oh,
Super 8's
yeah.
like 2011, so Star Trek's actually a better guess.
Oh.
Great.
Dear diary, today I feel a little bit better about asking Star Trek.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was the hilariousness and the fun that we had in round one. But granted, it was a lot more serious, and you two are still doing the shades. And you know what? Thank you for not doing that today, because we're just here to chill, relax.
They'll be back. They will be back.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, and the answer to the last one was Mission Impossible 3,
Yeah.
right? The one
Yeah.
who's
Yep.
going
Yeah.
yelling
Yeah.
at the screen right now.
Yep.
Because you know there's one person.
Yeah, Ed said it, but it got a little lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
So at the end of round one, Smartacus was ahead of Royal Flush with a score of 12-9. And once round two had started, they had elected to go first. And the first number they spun was, of course, movie release dates. And they tried to spin as far away from it as they could. And they got the other worst category ever, box office.
Oh, my God.
This is where the drinking begins.
And I feel bad for having those two in the match. I felt bad about it ever since, honestly. But it's the way it played out. I'm so sorry.
It is what it is, and
Yeah.
So the first question that I had asked them was, what was the highest grossing movie domestically of 2010? Now, and again, we are just rubbing it in with how much we really hate this box office category, because of course we have to make it all domestic and not worldwide. Damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one, unfortunately, I think we landed on Avatar, even though in the back of my mind I was going, I think that's 2009, but I don't trust myself because it's a movie release date, so
Yeah.
oh well.
Yep, they did indeed guess Avatar, and Royal Flush stole it for 2 points, which brought them within one. Oh, joy.
Yeah, which was Toy Story 3, right?
Yes.
Which I got. Yeah.
Yep. Brooklyn had stolen it for 2 points. We then went to our next question, which was, what is the highest grossing rated R movie of all time? And the ladies almost, they sat in this one for a minute.
I don't remember what we did.
I think you
we
had
actually-
you had it between two, right?
You had it between two,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you still like to go to multiple choice. But you did get the correct answer once you went to multiple choice, because your options were A, Deadpool, B, Passion of the Christ, C, Matrix Reloaded, or D, The Hangover, and you guys had settled on Passion of the Christ, which was the correct answer.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Bible crowd.
Exactly. the one time they did something right. Oh.
How dare you, sir?
I don't know
I'm
if I said it before, but I saw a double feature in the theater of The Passion of the Christ and Starsky and Hutch. Maybe the weirdest double feature of all time.
So that's going to be the cast of Passion of the Christ 2, or what?
Maybe they'll be in it. Get some Stiller acting in there.
There you go. And we then went on to our third question, which I don't know who the hell wrote this, but this was just mean. What 2017 movie set the weekend record for a spring opening?
Oh yeah.
I don't write box office
The
questions.
whole season thing
I
now is
am
so vague that I have no idea where spring begins, where summer begins, and it was just a mess, and it ended up being a movie that I wish to believe never existed. So
Good Lord, yes. And if I recall correctly, they did actually try to go for the
Yeah.
two-pointer to try to get the points.
I stole it.
And-
it
Yeah,
was
they
a huge
get-
mistake. There was
yeah.
no reason for us to be so aggressive, and yeah, that's my bad.
And you guys went for Logan, right?
Yes,
Which is
they-
a really
they-
really
Yeah,
really
we
good
went
guess.
for
which was a great
Really
guess.
good guess.
But
Yeah.
then yes, Mr. Sale came swooping in with another 2-point steal for Beauty and the Beast to tie the game up.
Yeah.
And then we went to our last question, which I feel like if you know your movie history well enough, then this could be a quote unquote gimme. But I also understand if you
Yeah.
slip up on it, because people sometimes do forget how popular Smartacus's answer was, and the question was, what was the highest grossing movie of 1999? And we were looking for the worldwide number, and they guessed The Matrix,
Oh yeah.
which that was
You
the
know.
number 2 film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had we gone to multiple choice, I'd like to think we would have got this right away. It was just another
Yeah.
one of those being too aggressive
Yeah.
kind of moments. So
Well, and
Sure, and it took me a while to figure this out as well because I stole it and it was Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
which
yeah, because personally, if you know me, I don't care about two things: it's dates and it's money. Because I honestly, I don't care about box office at all. So like, I know that Phantom Menace made a shit ton of money, but I don't care to know what year it was in and what where it landed on
Yeah.
the rankings. So yeah, that's
I was
it.
to say, yeah, to be fair, it's great for its score and for one great fight scene, and that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I was around seeing movies then, and yeah, there were a lot of crowds for that one, and Matrix was popular too, but it was everyone was seeing Phantom Menace. So.
Hell, I saw
And I was
I-
1 year old.
I saw it twice, and I saw it with my dad, and then once with my family, with the rest of my family, and Loved it both times. Still love it.
Saw it 4 times.
You are part of the problem.
Saw it 4
Yes,
times,
you
and
actually-
I have no excuse. I was in my 20s. What
Yes,
was I
you actually
thinking?
Watched that movie from start to finish.
Okay, and wait, I think we have to pause for a second. Egg,
Yeah.
you were a year old?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was
He's one of
trying to
them.
skim by that because I don't even want to think
Fucking
about that right now.
children!
I know.
Well,
Yeah, the sad thing is I'm used to it now. People say, I was born in 98, I was born in 99. I'm just like, whatever. I'm used to it.
you were in college then, Jeremy.
I was. I started college in 97.
Oof. So sad that didn't quite work out the way that Smartacus had hoped, and Royal Flush was ready to go in for the kill. I mean, and at this point, sadly, Smartacus could have been in knockout range. Now, that's not what happened. So, don't worry. But these two fine gentlemen, being the opportunists that they are, when they'd heard movie release dates had been spun and they got
Would
that...
have been dug up for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly. So the first thing they did was went for it, and Jeremy had already started the questions, and that's when the rest of the match just kind of fell apart.
So the first question in release dates was, what year saw movies released from the following franchises? Bourne, Transformers, the Oceans films, and Harry Potter.
I remember getting this one because we
We
pretty
got
well-
this. Did we go to multiple choice?
No, because we got 2 points because I remember going on about how it's essentially what year was Ocean's 13 released.
Yeah, and I need. There's no
2007.
Transformers films until 07, so
Yeah.
and we got 07.
And that they did, and
Yeah.
Good teamwork.
it was good teamwork.
It was. And the next question was, what year saw the release of Goldfinger, Mary Poppins, and Dr. Strangelove?
And this was a great answer from me because I'd been on the IMDb top 250, scrolling down, looking at the release dates, just like 5 minutes before this match, just like on the off chance that we got release dates. And one of the ones I remembered from that was Doctor Strangelove. So as soon as that came out, I was just like 1964 straight away,
Yeah.
and then it
Right
was like
with it.
that was it.
Yep.
I think
And
that's my
being the
most impressive answer of a question.
I think
Just
so.
in
And
my
being
career.
the Disney fan I am, I was hoping it was because of Mary Poppins, but no, Dr. Strangelove.
And being a fan of both the films, I was just happy I got it right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, the next question. In 2006, Christian Bale starred in Rescue Dawn and which other film?
I remember this because I stupidly suggested Rain of Fire, and then after checking it later, I saw Rain of Fire with 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Had-
And
you
I was
had-
saying, because I said it could be the Prestige, but I wasn't sure if that was 2005. So we did go multiple choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the options were A, The Prestige, B, The New World, C, Harsh Times, or D, The Machinist.
And then,
Yeah, and then we went obviously for why is that name just gone?
The Prestige.
The Prestige.
You gave a prestigious answer.
Yeah.
All right. And then your last question was, what decade saw the release of The Pink Panther Strikes Again, Marathon Man, and The Goodbye Girl?
I got this one.
I was gonna
right
say, yeah,
away.
Brooklyn, you jumped so quickly on this one.
I wanna
Yeah,
thank
I didn't even have a chance to
Makuga.
get this one wrong before Brooklyn and got it right.
Yeah.
I want to thank Josh Makuga for missing a Marathon Man question. I believe Marathon Man is 1971. Just to be specific.
76.
Damn it,
76. one of
I
my
gotta drink
one of my
25
favorite
years.
movies as a kid. So.
I got to drink to that now. But yeah, I remember Snap saying 1970s.
Well, you knew the decade. That's all that counts.
Yeah, so now the question was Smartacus gonna come back? And damned if they weren't gonna try. As round 3, let's get into that. So after that little tear by Royal Flush of all teams, because look, not to throw them under the bus, but I didn't. I this was not the score I had in mind when I saw this match on paper. I thought this was going to be like the opposite, and then box office and numbers reared their ugly head again. Sorry,
So
ladies.
sorry, so sorry.
This is
so
what
sorry.
happens with round two, because we basically rolled their favorite for them and our least favorite for us. So that's the power of round two, basically.
And at this point, I'm now white hot with rage.
And we don't like round three either, so we were not happy at this
Yeah.
point.
Which speaking of, I believe Jeremy, yes, you started.
Yeah.
You started with them, and
Yeah.
Jess opted
So-
to go first.
Yeah, and the year was 85, so Jess decided to go for that one, the actor and genres question, and the question was the year 1985, the genres comedy, fantasy, and sport, and the actor Michael J. Fox. And I think
And
Jess
that
had
was
that right
easy.
We
away.
got it
Yeah,
right away.
She
Yeah.
had it right away. Not Back to the Future.
Luckily,
No sports really.
I mean, skateboarding is technically a sport, but it
I
wasn't
guess,
prominent
maybe.
enough.
There's only
Exactly.
about 3 movies that can be classified as both fantasy and sports.
That's true.
And Space Jam was like 95 or some shit like that.
Well, actually, hold on. Wouldn't rollerball also count as a fantasy sport film?
That counts as a
Yeah, sci-fi. Hey, the
That's
original's
sci-fi.
good.
It's really sci-fi.
Yeah, the original's good.
Original is really good. Anyways, but now, before we get to this last question, which, okay, yes, it's kind of obvious what happened from here. Now, Jen, you gave a perfect answer, but it wasn't the right one.
I gave a
Wasn't the right
perfect answer in my mind.
All right. So the three-pointer, the year was 2016. The director was Peter Atencio, and the keywords were breakup, drug kingpin, and house cat.
If anyone out there knows who Peter Atencio is, you are a better film fan than I am, okay? That's no help to me at all. I have no
Yeah, I
idea if he's
know.
made any other movie. But
He worked
Yeah,
on a certain
I-
TV series.
good for him.
That
But
ties into the
basically,
movie.
I'm sure there's people out there right now that know what it is. And yeah, having heard the actual answer, yes, it's very obvious what the actual answer is. But all I heard in my mind at this point, because I am freaking out because I hate the third round and this has not been going well. So I'm second guessing everything. All I heard was 2016 and Cat. So to be fair, I picked a movie that was in 2016 and did heavily feature a cat. And that happened to be the, I'm sure is a fine movie, 9 Lives, because I haven't seen that movie. Maybe it's all about crime drug lords. I really don't know. It
Could be a drug lord.
Has
Who
anyone
knows?
seen it? I would love to know what it's actually about. I don't know.
I mean,
Oh,
That
God,
would make
it's
it a better
shite.
film.
for all we know, it was a Fritz the Cat remake. But sadly, the next thing that was heard after she said 9 Lives was, "And your winner." So, yeah.
My apologies to the now Oscar-winning Jordan Peele.
Jordan
for
Peele.
Keanu, which is a movie I actually enjoyed, so I feel really upset about that.
That was as I was
One of the
hinting. I
people that,
think I think Atencio worked on Key and Peele. That's the thing I was hinting at.
that
But
would make a lot of
So sad. So sad.
so sad. And look, and this is what I told them then, and again, I'm going to remind this to everybody else now. After this tournament, they're going to be back in the ring, and I am scared
Oh no.
for whomever they face, because it's not going to be pretty.
No.
Because
We
now
have
I'm
a
angry and I'm
strategy
out
now.
for blood.
We have a strategy. We're not going to pick numbers anymore. We're going to use a dice. Because that is where we fall behind.
And if box office is in there, I'll be the one to die.
Yeah. I mean, look. Here's the thing. Now that once the tournament is over, like, we will start doing the wheel a little closer to everybody's strength, so that way, it's a little more counterbalanced. Like, you might get the occasional category just for everyone, but just bear with me, guys.
We'll refine it.
We will refine it, so we can avoid this fiasco once again. So, yeah, as I previously said, Royal Flush, the current #1 team in this league, with a record of 2-0, with 2 knockouts. But gents, how does it feel?
I mean, even replaying it, we're still kind of shocked. Like,
Yeah.
nobody had us, but numbers were on our side. We pulled we had some good steals. Just out of curiosity, I gotta think 13 points in round 2 has to be some sort of a
That's
record.
got to be up there with
close.
the most points ever in round 2, right?
Gotta be.
Yeah, that's pretty well done. Pretty well done
It's
for
just a
yourself.
ludicrous amount of points, really.
I'm not remembering any perfect round 2s in teams. Have we had any? I'm not sure that we have.
Yeah. Hello.
You guys, no, you went to multiple choice.
But
No,
did you
no,
have, have? But the steals though, we had 6 points of steals.
It's the
it's the
opportunity
steals.
for steals. I'm sure pumps them up a lot.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, I thought you were talking about just like a clean sweep, and yeah, we've had a couple of those. I mean, well, hell, Chance and Book of Eli.
That's right. Yes, they both did.
They both did.
I have no memory.
That's all right.
But yeah, either way, so I think Brooklyn, we discussed this, like, in terms of Smartacus' next match, because everyone was robbed of this match that we had, which was an amazing match. When we inevitably lose to Jeremy Adams' team 80s, the final of the DeNiro, or
the Muppets, come on.
Or the Muppets, then our next match after that, or presuming that we don't win this tournament, our next match will be against Smartacus is what we want, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely what we want. Due to the unfortunate circumstances of Chris's computer, just saying fuck it. We need to give fans a good match, and I think Smartacus has the anger to make a very entertaining match, regardless of score.
Yeah, and don't get this wrong, Smartacus is possibly a better team than us, but we are very lucky, and we got through this round, and we're into the final of this bracket somehow. We're super excited.
I was about
try
to
and
say,
go even further if we can.
But once again, guys, congratulations. And yes, you will be taking on either the Muppets or the Team 80s, and
we are super excited.
I'm excited for that match. That's going to be a fun one, because, in fact, your guys' half of the bracket, both the Pacino and DeNiro brackets, that's where the fun teams are. I just have the tough ones, of course, because. Yeah. Oh well, and as you guys will.
Is our other side? Is there other side like Omega Club and?
No, the other side of your is, Notorious Chance versus the winner of Merry Window Murderers and Killing Chemistry.
Chemistry, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
brutal.
I am curious to know though how you two would fare against either Chance and Russell, or I'm just gonna call it like it is now, Luca or Greg, because I'm sorry, Lucas and Asher, they're not gonna win, but they're not gonna win. That's not gonna be a thing.
Hey, we've seen today there can be upsets. I mean,
yeah.
This is
yes, there can be upsets.
There can be upsets now, and yes, and you two are the shining examples of that. Just because everybody sort of voted you. Well, no, it was pretty even.
No one voted for us. No one's voted for us in any polls.
When people
who's going to go to the next round?
Even against Harris Heroes.
When people
the direct one-on-one polls. It's the big polls where they're like, which team do you think is going to go all the way, or like is going to win this? In our bracket, which team's going to win the bracket? We had like 0 votes.
If somebody had us,
didn't even vote for you.
We didn't vote for us. No, that was an underdog strategy that we'll be hoping to take all the way to the finals.
It's called the Chris Clark strategy. If we bet the other team, then we're automatically wrong. So.
And yes, come on. Let me have it, ladies. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We did not realize that box office and release dates were that bad of a weakness of your guys'. So.
I
don't know that yet.
Well, just didn't think it through. I'm sorry. I was like, Kees wrote box office questions. I wrote release dates questions. I need questions. I'm sorry.
No, to be fair, they're completely valid questions. It's just we don't particularly care for those categories. That's really it. But yeah, all kidding aside, like Royal Flush, they did a great job and everything. I feel bad that we didn't put up more of a fight, really. So I'm excited to see what they can do in the next round. Hopefully this is just the beginning of something, and if they pull it all the way through, that'd be amazing. So good luck to them, whoever they may fight in the next round, even though it's already heavily favored. But you just saw what happened in this one, so maybe you never know. You never know with that round 2 where it's going to end up. So congrats to them, and yeah, I'm just going to get another drink. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. Jess, how much do you hate me right now?
I hate me a lot more than I hate you.
Okay.
Really? I thought it was me you hated most.
Because god damn it, I am better than this match. I am so much better than this match, and it pisses me off.
Oh, I can attest to that. From the Full Metal trivia, Jessica's not one to trifle with.
I'm angry, and god damn it, I'm gonna get my redo of this shit. I'm gonna get my redo.
Absolutely. No argument there. But I'm just curious. What say you guys would have had a better round 2 and you would have pulled this one out? What would have maybe been like a strategy moving on to your next match, and maybe something to maybe think about for this inevitable rematch between yourselves and Royal Flush?
Well, right now I'm working on getting the movie release dates down, so we don't make the fuck up of, oh wait, no, there's box office too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a big fan of these movie trivia leagues and everything, and I know there's a lot of people who take it super seriously, but I don't study for these. I just watch movies. That's it. I don't sit down at IMDb and study names and actors. It's just I enjoy watching movies. So that's just me, a lifetime of watching movies. That's how I've accumulated all this knowledge. So I'm not going to really change my mind about what I do, because honestly, I don't know dates because it doesn't matter to me. I don't know box office because it doesn't matter to me. So it's really just my movie fandom. That's how I get all the information. So it's just watching movies. That's all it is.
And that's 100% fair. That's 100% fair.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, once again, that is something that we are going to start thinking about as soon as this term is over. Because obviously, it's a little counterproductive to suddenly drop what we've been doing just because a couple of instances. But it is something to keep in mind, because obviously after this tournament is done, there's going to be a lot of changes coming, not just in the way we run these matches, not just in the kind of questions that we're asking, but also, guys, a little sneak, just a little teaser for you. The match is going to look a little more differently, a little more professional, a little more spunky. So just keep your eyes out for that.
Very interesting adjective.
Well, Jeremy, let's go finish this up, huh?
Let's do it.
And as I'd previously stated, oops, I'm sorry. But
and I as well.
But I will say though, this was actually a lot of fun. This was a nice little way to sort of go through this. And honestly, if this ever happens again, I'm more than happy to just do this. Just sort of have us just chill out on a Skype call and just kind of walk through a match.
I know I was a lot less nervous than a regular match.
Fair enough.
It's fun.
And that's what we're here. That's what we're here to do. We're here to have fun. So, obviously, to both Team Smartacus and Royal Flush, I once again have to thank them so much for taking the time to, either to come back and reflect on either their win or their loss to both teams respectively. And Jeremy, thank you for coming on and redoing a match. That was,
Absolutely.
That was fun. This has been a very interesting experience. And guys, look, if you want to bust my balls about it, come on, bring it on. Give me your worst. But until then, guys, Thank you for watching. Please give this this match, if you want to call it that, a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the Roll Up Movie Games Network. And please give us a follow on Twitter at WWMGNTake3 for the Adam Jeremy Adams. I'm Chris Skywalker Dolman. We'll see you guys in the next match. There will be trivia, and take care!